All right, so let's get started. The first couple of supplies that I'm using today, or these supplies that I'm using today, are some black and white paint. I've got a Wolf 10, number 10 black, and I've got a Tag regular white, and then I've got a small cheap mister bottle here to activate my paint. Off to the side, I've got a couple of teardrop sponges. These are really helpful. I think one of these is by Always Wicked Art and the other one is by Silly Farm. And then for my brushes today, I've also, in terms of paint, I've got a 12 color basic palette that I'm doing today for this particular tutorial. I do use fancy split cakes and one strokes and all that stuff. But for this tutorial, this is for sort of beginners on how to use their basic supplies to do some pretty common designs. So that's what we're going to be doing. And so in terms of my brushes, I'm going to be using the Classic Brush Collection by Silly Farm. It's a 6 brush collection. It runs about $24 to $26. Comes with a 3/4 inch flat brush. It comes with a filbert brush, which they call the Big Drop brush. It's really nice. That's one of the things we're going to be using today. It comes with what they call the Pretty Petal brush, which creates really beautiful flower petals. And then it comes with a number 1, 3, and 4 round brushes. Okay? So those are the brushes that we're using today, along with a basic 12 color palette. If you have any questions on supplies, I do have a guide available, and I'll make that link available in the description for the video. All right, so let's get started. This is part 1. I'm going to do another tutorial as well on flames, but this tutorial is basically going to be using a round brush. So if you're more comfortable using a round brush, that's what we're going to be doing. And I'm going to load up my brush with some yellow for starters, and we're going to work on this face right over here. So flames are really just kind of a series of U shapes with flared edges that go out this way. They just kind of flare out. So we're going to go ahead and kind of work top to bottom. And so we're going to work around the eye. I'm going to work on the bottom of the U first, basically holding my brush perpendicular to my work surface. And I'm just going to lay it down. And then as I lift up to get the point. So as I drag it, I lift it up and I get that point. And then we're going to complete the shape coming around this way. We're going to come in quite a bit, and then we'll make this one just a little bit shorter. Okay. So I know that I'm going to want a U shape off to the side here. Another U shape off to the side. So we're going to go ahead and do that one. Okay. And then I'm going to want a U shape right around this neighborhood. And we would be working on the side of the face now. And let's do one more sort of bigger one down here at the bottom. And then we'll come in. Okay, so now what we're going to do after we have our U shapes drawn, we're going to start connecting them. So we're going to come and act like we're kind of, I'm not going to actually touch it, but we're going to act like we're following this. And then sort of down here at the bottom, I'm going to come around on both of these like this. And then down here, I'm just going to make kind of a little U to connect this. And then this one can connect right there. And we can just make some curved edges. And then this one needs a side over here. So we're going to do that. And I'm going to kind of start to fill this in so you can see how it comes together. All right, so down here, We're going to bring that one in like that. And we'll just connect it with this one. Like that. And then you can finish this one off, just kind of come off to the side of the face. And same with this. We'll just bring this one around and off to the side of the face. And then we'll fill this in. So there you have your basic flame shape. Now at this point, since you have your brush already loaded with some yellow, we can go ahead and add in some sparks. So we'll just do some dots here and there around the face, wherever it makes sense, just to add a little bit of interest. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and rinse my brush off. And we're going to dip into the orange. So far, I've just been using this number 4 round brush. And I'm going to come into my orange. And we're just going to kind of work in the middle here and try to reactivate that yellow paint. And we're just going to kind of follow our shapes, working in the middle, trying not to sort of mess up the outline of our design. And down here at the bottom, it can be a little bit more orange than yellow. And then I'm going to go ahead and dip in and just get a little bit of red. And sometimes I like to mix it a little bit with my orange, just so it's not so contrasty. Make it more of an orange red, and you can come in here and kind of blend this out. Just kind of reactivating the paint as you go. All right, so that is really it. You know, at this point, you can add, if you wanted to finish it off here, depending on how long your line is, and if you're whether or not you're charging your customers. But this for me would not be a pay per face design. This would be something that I would be doing for you know, a corporate party or picnic or something like that, where I might have where it's essentially free to the public. So this makes it pretty fast. So once you get the hang of it and how to do sort of the U shapes that are flared and then connect them together, it's actually pretty quick. If you have a little bit more time, then you can go ahead and add an outline. So we'll go ahead and do that. And outlining really just, so I'm going to step down in my brush. I'm going to go with a number, I'm going to go with the number 3. But outlining is really just a matter of doing, you know, practicing every day and getting used to using your paintbrush like a pencil. Now this brush is a little bit, it's well loved, so I don't know if I'm going to be getting the nice crisp points that I want at the end. But we'll give it a whirl. I need to activate my paint a little bit more, so I'll just add this right here. And for outlining, I'm looking for more of an inky consistency, but not too wet. We still want it to be opaque and not transparent, which is sometimes a trick on these plastic practice boards. So essentially we're just outlining our shapes that we had created. And like I said, this is going to be part 1 of a video, and then I'll show you another technique as well. So make sure you look for that on my channel as well. Okay, so you can see that the black really just kind of makes things pop a little bit better and makes it more, I don't know, just the little dudes like, you know, the black outlines. And you don't have to do flames in just the yellow, orange, and red. You can also do it, just work with colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. So I've done, you know, pink, purple, and light purple, or pink, purple, and blue flames before. And so you really just want to work with your lighter color first and then start layering on the darker colors and blending them in. Okay, so that really does it. For this, we just used red, orange, and yellow, and black, and a number 4 and a number 3 round brush. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave us a comment and like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.